Hi guys, this is Sadiq from Dublin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to root your phone using the kernel SU Next and the SUSFS. So recently I made a video on how to root the phone via the kernel SU and the Sandia kernel, but now I'll show you how to get this job done via the kernel SU Next and the SUSFS. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone, and then let's get started. First and foremost, you'll have to get hold of the Android SDK platform tools. So get it from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done so in C drive. And these are the files of platform tools. Once you have done the extraction, you will now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the Bluetooth on your phone. So let's enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu on your phone, then go to about phone and software information, tap on build number 7 times. This will enable developer options. So go back. Now go to developer options, and from here enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt, tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. In that prompt, tap on allow, and with this, that debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools, copy the path from here, then open the CMD window from here, type in cd space, paste the path, and we are now inside the platform tools directory. Now type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone, and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out these USB fixes and make sure that you are getting an ID. Once you get in this ID, you will now have to unlock the Bluetooth on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data, and it might make the warranty null and void as well. Apart from that, the knocks will be tripped, and once the knocks get tripped, you will not be able to use any Samsung secure features. Moreover, there is no going back. Even if you relock the bootloader, the knock will stay tripped. So if that's well and good, so then let's get started. First off, you have to enable the USB debugging and OEM unlocking. After that, boot the phone to the download mode. Then long press the volume up key to enter the device unlock state. Then again press the volume up key to unlock the bootloader. Once that is done, your phone will now boot to the OS. Once that happens, you will then have to bypass the vault keeper as well. For that, connect the phone to the Wi-Fi, and then make sure that the OEM unlocking is enabled and grey out. So as you could see in my case, I have unlocked the bootloader, but I have not yet bypassed the vault keeper. So there is no OEM unlocking. So this is not the complete task. We have to show OEM unlocking over here as well. So for that, just connect the phone to the Wi-Fi. Just give me a second. It will take around 4 to 5 seconds at the very max. Let me now connect my phone to the Wi-Fi. Let me input the password as well. This is the password, and it's just done. And once you have input the password, you will have to wait for around 4 to 5 seconds. So let's wait for that time frame, and then close it from the backend, and now reopen the developer options from here. So go to the settings menu, developer options, and verify that you are getting the OEM unlocking toggle. As you could see, it's now shown here and gray out. This signifies that the unlocking has been done successfully, and we could now move ahead with the next step. So now you have to install the recovery file onto your phone. Regarding this, I made a video on the same, but I'll show you once again how to get this job done. So first off, we are done with the first step. This is the video which I have made, but I will show you once again how to flash the recovery. The first step has been done. Now you may get hold of the recovery file from the official website and the VP Meta patch file from here. Once you have got both the files, you now have to download Odin. Odin will be required to flash the recovery. So get hold of the Odin tool from here and extract the Odin onto your PC. Upon extraction, you will get the following files. Let me show you. Just give me a second. These are the files of the Odin tool. Once that is done, you will now have to boot your phone to the download mode. There are quite a few ways of doing so, but I will use the ADB command. You may also use the hardware key combination. For example, in our phone, you have to power off the phone, then press and hold the volume up and volume down keys while holding both the keys. Connect the phone to the PC via USB cable, and then your phone will boot to the OS, to the download mode. But the easier approach is to simply use the ADB command, and for that, just type in the command ADB reboot download, hit enter, and your phone should now boot into the download mode. Once that happens, let's launch the Odin tool. So wait for a few more seconds and launch the Odin tool, and you will get a prompt. Click on OK, and now you could see that the phone is shown in the COM section and in the log as well. If that's all well and good, go to the option tab, uncheck auto reboot. Now click on AP and load the recovery file. The recovery file is this one for our phone A52s 5G. Likewise, go to the data slot and load the VP Meta patch file, which is over here. Once you have loaded both the files, click on start. The file will now be flashed onto your phone, and once the recovery has been flashed, you will now have to press and hold the power and the volume down keys for around 7 to 8 seconds until the phone is about to undergo a restart. Once that happens, let go of the keys and then press and hold the power and the volume up keys. So let me show you. First off, press and hold the power and the volume down keys and keep on holding both the keys for around 7 to 8 seconds until the phone is about to undergo a restart. And when that happens, let go of the keys and now press and hold the power and the volume up keys. Keep on holding both the keys for around 4 to 5 seconds until the phone is restarted. And let's wait for that to happen. And once your phone boots up, you may then let go of these keys as well. So keep pressing the keys and now you let go of the keys. And if you have done everything right, your phone should now boot to the TWRP recovery. But if your phone boots to the stock OS or the stock recovery, then you will have to reflash the recovery using this Odin tool once again. So let's verify what we have done in our case. In our case, we should now boot to the TWRP recovery if the flashing has been done successfully. And as you could see, we are now inside the recovery, so the flashing has been done. And your last course of action now is to do a format data. This is required to remove the encryption, so go to format data, but this will also wipe off all the data from your phone. So make sure you have taken a backup beforehand. Now type in yes, and the formatting is now complete. Once that is done, let's move ahead with the next step. So it's recommended to do a reboot to recovery to remount the data partition of your phone. So let's do that and then we will move ahead with the next step. Now what you have to do is we have installed the recovery and unlock the loader as well. So now you have to download the kernel SU Next with SUSFS support from this link. If you're on One UI, download the first one. If you're on AOSP ROMs such as the CR Droid or Lineage OS, then download the second one. In my case, I'm on the stock One UI, so I will use the first one. So download the kernel SU Next module from here, and once you have got it, you will have to transfer the file onto your phone. So this is the module file. Let's transfer it onto my phone. It's for the One UI. So my phone is shown here, but I cannot access the storage. Not an issue. Transfer the zip file to the platform tools and rename it to something shorter. So let's rename it to KSU so that the complete name becomes ksu.zip. Now let's try using the adb push command. Type in adb push file name, which is ksu.zip space / SD card, and let's see if it works or not. So we have got the file onto our phone now. So simply select the file, swap to flash. The flashing will now start and will take a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And once the flashing has been done, you will now reboot to the OS. So tap on reboot system, and the first boot up will take up some time. This is because we have done a format data, and after formatting, the phone boot up takes some time. So let's wait for the phone to boot up. So with this, we are now inside the OS. So let's set up the phone and let's agree to do the terms and condition and skip the rest of the stuffs just to speed up the process. So I will set up the phone manually. Let me skip this as well. Let me skip this. Tap on next, agree, and let's skip this as well. I will set up the phone later on. I just want to boot the phone to the OS, and it should take a few more seconds and then we'll be inside the OS. So let's wait for that to happen. Tap on next, finish, and we are now inside the OS. So once that happens, you'll now have to get hold of the kernel SU Next app from here. Download the APK file and transfer the APK file onto your phone. So let's do that as well. This is the app which I have already got on my PC. Kernel SU Next app. Do know that it's a kernel SU Next app and not the kernel SU app. Both are different. Over here you have to use the kernel SU Next because we use the KSU Next module. That is why you have to use the kernel SU Next app and transfer the APK onto your phone. It's set to file transfer, well and good. Okay, just give me a second. Transferring media files, it's already set via that mode, and I don't know why my phone is not shown here. Let's wait for a few more seconds. Let me unplug and replug my phone to the PC. Okay, so this prompt was missing. Now I got the prompt, and now I could transfer the file onto my phone. Paste the file over here. We have got the KSU Next app. Now open the Files app and install the KSU Next app. Enable allow from this source, allow permission, tap on install, and the file is now installed. Tap on open and let's verify. As you could see, it's now working and it supports the SUSFS module as well. So let's now move ahead and install the SUSF module because as of now it's currently disabled. So we have to flash the module as well. So go to the module section, tap on install, and let's now transfer the SUSFS module from here. So you will have to download the module. So just search SUSFS kernel SU and go to their GitHub page. I will give the link in my guide as well, and then go to the release section, and from here download their KSU module SUSFS. Start download, and we have got the module. I will link this in my guide as well, so just don't worry about that. And now you have to transfer the module onto your phone. So SUSFS should be somewhat here. This is the module. SUSFS, transfer the module onto your phone. Now launch the KSU Next app. Go to the module section, tap on install, select the SUSFS module which is over here, and tap on OK. The module will now be flashed onto your phone and will take a few seconds. Once that is done, tap on reboot and your phone will now boot to the OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. That is completely normal and nothing to worry about. From the subsequent time that will not be the case. And since we have flashed a new kernel, the boot up will be somewhat lengthy this time around, so let's wait for that to complete. And I will link the KSU module on my guide as well on how to use that as well. It's quite an easy steps, nothing fancy as such is involved. So I will show you that as well in the video, and I will link the steps on my guide once again. If you only want to root via the KSU Next, then the steps are done over here. But if you want to install the SUSFS module, which is for most of you the main requirement, then you have to download the module from GitHub and flash the module by KSU Next app, which we have done right now. And now let's launch the app from here, KSU Next app. And as you could see, SUSFS is now enabled on our phone. So go to the module section and you will see the check mark next to status SUS. Tap on open, and now you could carry out the required tweaks onto your phone as per the requirement. Likewise, you may go to the custom SUSF settings, and here are all the settings for your custom SUSFS. For example, the first one is the hide custom ROM. In this, you had the option to hide the custom ROM path, the hide vendor SC policy, compat matrix, and spoof service list. This is for the custom ROM. Then you have the hide GApps. Currently, I don't have the GApps, so I will not use this toggle. If you are using GApps, then you may enable this as well. Third one is the hide Revance. If you are using the Revance YouTube or any other such app from the Revance, then you may enable that toggle. Then the spoof CMD line. If you're using a CMD line tweak, then you may enable that as well. Hide KSU loops. Since we are using the kernel SU loop, you may enable this to hide the root on your phone. Then force hide LS-post mount. Since we are not using any LS-post module, at least I am not using, so I will keep it turned off. Apart from that, there are a few manual custom SUSFS settings as well over here. These are the custom SUSFS path that you could load over here. Type in the path and tap on make it SUSFS, make it search. Then again do the same for the SUS path, SUS mount. But please don't use it because they might be proved to be a risky approach. As you could see, they may cause a boot loop or soft break if you don't know what you are doing. So do it at your own risk, or it's better not to use the custom search path, the custom search mount, and the custom try unmount. It's better to leave it as they are and only use the following option at the top. So guys, on that note, we round up this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.